You budgeted. Every dollar had a job. You said no to brunch. You made coffee at home like a responsible adult. So why is it the 25th and your account is basically empty? And before you spiral, no, you didn't fail the budget. The budget failed you because being broke before payday was never a budgeting problem. And today, I'm going to show you what it actually is. I'm Chloe, and this is Figuring It Out. Season 3, let's get into it. Let me tell you about my spreadsheet era. 22 years old, $47,000 in debt, and I built the most beautiful budget you have ever seen. Color coded formulas. Conditional formatting, okay? It had tabs. Every single dollar was assigned before it even hit my account. Groceries, gas, rent, minimum payments. I was doing everything the finance bros said to do. And then the 17th of the month happened. Rent cleared on the 1st, car insurance on the 3rd, student loan on the 5th, phone bill on the 7th. By mid-month, my account was running on fumes, and when my car got charged for a subscription I forgot existed. Boom, overdraft, $35 fee for being poor. They charged me money for not having money. Here's what took me years to understand. My budget was fine, my math was right. What was broken was the structure underneath the budget. When money arrived, when it left, how much of it was already spoken for, and what happened every time I touched zero. And no spreadsheet tab fixes that. Let's look at the actual math. In 2026, prices went up around 4.2%. Wages, only about 3.6. That gap doesn't sound big, until you realize it compounds every single year. You're not imagining it. Your money really does buy less than it did. And it's not just you. Almost half of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now. For people our age, it's the number one money worry. Above debt, above investing, above everything. So when someone tells 48% of an entire country to just skip the latte, babe, that is not a latte problem. That's a system problem. Every broke month has the same anatomy. You hit zero. The bank charges a fee. The fee makes the next month start in the negative. So you borrow, buy now, pay later, credit card, whatever gets you to payday. And that payment makes the month after even tighter. The cycle isn't a character flaw, it's a product. Somebody profits every time you hit zero. Meet Destiny. Names change, stories real. Destiny makes decent money. She's a medical assistant paid every 2 weeks. Her budget balances perfectly on paper, but here's her actual life. Every one of her big bills lands in the first week of the month. Rent, car notes, insurance, all of it. One paycheck gets obliterated and then she white knuckles it for 3 weeks. Look at her month. Paycheck on the 1st, paycheck on the 15th. But nearly 90% of her bills are due before the 10th. Same income, same bills, but the timing turns a workable month into a panic attack. That's the timing trap, and half of you are in it right now without knowing it has a name. Destiny didn't earn a single extra dollar. She called 3 companies and moved 2 due dates to the back half of the month. So each paycheck carries half the load. That's it. That was the whole fix. Her budgeting problem was a phone call. Now, meet Marcus. Different problem. Marcus tracks every dollar, and the man has categories for his categories. But when we looked at his numbers, his rent, car payment, and insurance were eating almost 70% of his take-home pay. 70. The advice says keep essentials near 50%. His city said otherwise. This is the 50-30-20 rule next to Marcus's actual life. Needs were supposed to be 50%. His were 68, which means the wants and savings he kept failing at never actually existed in his paycheck. You cannot discipline your way out of math. So if it's not a budget problem, what do you actually do? I call it the cash flow reset. 4 steps. None of them involve suffering, and only one of them takes longer than a weekend. Step 1. Map your money week, when cash lands and when it leaves. Step 2. Move your due dates so no single paycheck carries the whole month. Step 3. Split your accounts so bill money never mixes with spend money. Step 4. Build a 1-month buffer before any other savings goal. Steps 1 and 2 are one sitting. Open your bank app, write down every payday and every due date for 1 month. That's your money week map, and I promise it will explain feelings you've had for years. Then call or click. Most billers let you change your due date online in about 2 minutes. Spread the big ones across both paychecks like Destiny did. Step 3. Split your accounts. One account for bills. The exact bill total moves there every payday and you never touch it. One account for spending. What's left is genuinely free to spend, guilt-free. No more mental math at the register. No more wait, is that money for rent? The separation does the discipline for you. Step 4 is the long game. 1 month of expenses saved, sitting in a high yield savings account. That buffer is what finally breaks the cycle, because when you're a month ahead, this month's bills are paid by last month's money. Timing stops mattering. Overdrafts become extinct. That's the actual escape. Here's your challenge, and I want you to actually do it, not just nod at your phone. 30 days, map your money week and move at least one due date. 60 days, account split, auto pay rebuilt on the new dates. 90 days, first chunk of your 1-month buffer saved, even if it's just 1 week's worth. Screenshot this. 30, 60, 90. 3 moves. And notice what's not on this list. No side hustle, no rice and beans month, no canceling your one joy. This is structural, not sacrificial. That's the whole point. That's 4 mistakes I see constantly. 1, building the buffer in your checking account. It will evaporate. It needs its own home, ideally earning interest. 2, moving due dates without turning off the old auto pay. Ask me how I know. 3, treating the buffer like an emergency fund. Different jobs. The buffer smooths your month. The emergency fund survives a crisis. You eventually want both. 4, quitting because month 1 still felt tight. Month 1 is the plumbing. Month 2 is when the water runs clear. Now, some of you are yelling at your screen. Chloe, just tell people to make more money. And you're not wrong. If your fixed costs are 70% of your income like Marcus, no cash flow trick makes that comfortable. At some point, the answer really is more income, a cheaper city, or a roommate, and pretending otherwise would be lying to you. But here's why structure still comes first. A raise poured into a broken cash flow just disappears. Ask anyone who got a raise and somehow felt exactly the same. Fix the pipes first. Then more water actually fills the tub. Real talk before we go. If you've been broke by the 25th every month, I know what that voice in your head says. That you're bad with money. That everyone else figured out something you didn't. But you just watched 48% of the country be in the exact same spot. Half of us. That is not half a country being lazy. That's a structure doing exactly what it was built to do. And the shame you've been carrying, that was never yours to carry. You can't shame yourself into stability, but you can build your way there. 1 due date, 1 account, 1 week of buffer at a time. Oh, and my loud budgeting moment this week. My friend planned a birthday dinner at one of those restaurants where the menu has no prices. I said out loud in the group chat, "That's not in my cash flow this month, but I'll come for dessert." And you know what? 2 other people replied same. Loud budgeting isn't embarrassing anymore, y'all. It's contagious. If you want my free cash flow reset worksheet, the money week map, and the due date scripts, comment the word cycle and I'll get it to you. Next week, the exact bank account setup that broke my paycheck to paycheck cycle. Every account, every transfer, every dollar amount. I'm Chloe. Keep figuring it out. See you next week.